University TV is at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Go Navy! Be an Army!
Let's start our tour.
The United States Naval Academy is located in Annapolis, Maryland, on the shores of the Severn River and Chesapeake Bay. Not far away are Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. The Navy's 338-acre campus, known as the Yard, has a combination of early 20th century and modern buildings. There are numerous monuments and buildings dedicated to bravery and heroism of previous graduates throughout the campus.
The whole brigade, the entire brigade, comes out for lunchtime for new meal formation, and we all march into Bancroft Hall for lunch.
The best and the brightest that the country has to offer. We recruit out of all 50 states and the U.S. territories. And to be able to meet, so many bright individuals who, want a future, want to be leaders, this is that proven ground for it. So they come here and look towards the Naval Academy.
USNA is made up of nearly 4,400 undergraduate students from every state in the nation. The average class size ranges between 10 and 22, and the student-to-faculty ratio is 8-to-1. 20% of the student body is female, and nearly 30% are ethnic minorities.
I would say brotherhood's one of the best parts about the academy. My roommates and my classmates here, we've just had so many radical experiences together. Like good, bad, hard, just everything that I know them I know them better than anybody else. Everybody that goes here, there's a really diverse crowd, but they're all really genuine people and just really good people.
To be a part of the Naval Academy, you must complete the required high school curriculum as well as submit test scores. For comparison, 82% of students scored above a 600 on the math portion of the SAT versus 70% on verbal. Just a few more important percentages to throw at you, 76% of incoming students were in the top 20% of their high school class. The Navy offers 22 majors in engineering, mathematics and sciences, and humanities.
The curriculum has really evolved from a paper-based study program to a more project-based learning curriculum. And for example, in the robotics area, students are now building machines that can run and can travel and can see things and can identify people. It's a very exciting field of study for our students, and it really does get them engaged in the curriculum and make them want to learn.
Our programs are all project-based, so we do a lot of interactive teaching. So we'll do maybe a few minutes of lecture, but then we'll follow it up with either a demonstration actually in the classroom or take them over to a laboratory. We do field trips. Almost all of our students are engaged in what we call capstone design projects. So it's successive and project-based learning so that they work on fundamental concepts, but then they see them in action in the laboratories and the demonstrations.
Midshipmen undertake an intense 4-year curriculum that consists of classroom studies, drills and practical training, seamanship instruction, tactics, naval engineering, naval weapons, leadership, and military law. All graduates receive a Bachelor of Science degree and are commissioned as ensigns in the Navy or second lieutenants in the Marine Corps and are guaranteed jobs as military officers for a minimum of 5 years after graduation.
This is Ensign Mark Correa. He's also a recent graduate of the Naval Academy, and we've been talking about biometrics, which is the use of distinct physical or emotional characteristics to identify a person. Check out this little device. Are we angry? Happy? Sad? Surprised? Wearing a mustache?
As a naval officer, when you leave the Naval Academy, you really go to all corners of the world. As Navy and Marine officers, we travel and deploy to just about any place you can imagine. And throughout that time, you really develop a great base of experience that you want to give back to the institution. And our complement of faculty here is composed of about 50-50 military and civilian. And those military members that come back, like myself, are here to bring back some of that fleet experience and teach these young people what it's like to be out there.
The Navy fields 30 varsity sports teams, and every year the Army, Navy, and Air Force get together and they play in the annual Service Academy football competition. For the past few years, the Navy has dominated. This is an exact replica of one of the dorm rooms in Bancroft Hall, right on campus where all the midshipmen live. It has all the essentials, and this one's all cleaned up. I'm ready for inspection, sir.
It's pretty remarkable that 4,400 students can all live in the same building. There's over 5 miles of hallway. It's huge. But it's pretty cool because you live there all 4 years and you truly take working and living there. you work and live in the same area. So it's very unique.
All students are required to participate in athletics and physical fitness. Luckily, there are plenty of intramurals to choose from and over 120 extracurricular activities. Pick from a wide variety: religious, musical, and physical, like scuba diving and parachuting.
The Naval Academy dominates both in the sea and in outer space. There are more than 50 astronauts in the United States that are alumni, including this guy, Alan B. Shepard. He was the first American in space. That is out of this world.
USNA alum include many influential political leaders. U.S. President Jimmy Carter, Senator John McCain, and presidential nominee Ross Perot all got their start as midshipmen, along with several cabinet members, ambassadors, governors, and members of Congress.
It's a huge leadership laboratory. It's a constant 24/7 leadership laboratory. And working with that and the things that they teach you here will help me prepare for my future in and out of the military.
Join the ranks of the nation's elite from our history and present day at the U.S. Naval Academy.
Thanks so much for joining us on our tour of the U.S. Naval Academy. For University TV, I'm Chloe DeLandis. Go Navy!